Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, folks, wherever you guys are based. It is always, as always, it is a pleasure to be with you guys on the same place, same time. So if you guys can hear me and if you guys can see my screen, please say yes. Okay, that's wonderful. So that's really good to know. So my name, just a brief introduction about myself. My name is Naeem Aslam. I work as a chief market analyst for EverTrade. I come with a wealth of over a decade of experience in investment banking. During the time I have worked as a hedge fund trader for Bank of New York Mellon, in equity trading for Bank of America. So, I have seen the institutional side of the business, and of course, I have now also seen the retail side of the business. So I think this is the unique gem, because now in this particular webinar, we can look at the perspective of, we can look at things from both perspectives, meaning we can say that, okay, what institutions are likely to do under certain circumstances and how institutions will react. Of course, we will have a quite number of stocks that we'll have on the list, but we may not be able to go through all of them, because obviously the time is going to be running against us throughout this period. So nonetheless, without any further delay, let me begin our webinar. So first things first, as always, the most important thing is that I go through this risk warnings and disclaimer. Anything which will be discussed in this video, in this webinar, cannot be perceived as an advice. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own financial advisors. Now, guys, it doesn't matter. I know this is a masterclass for stocks, but it doesn't matter whether we are trading equities, whether we are trading Forex, or whether we are trading cryptos. The most important thing is, well, let's just leave the crypto out of this equation. So the most important thing is that we need to stay tuned with the most up-to-date information, and we need that information pretty much straight on our phone as it breaks. Because the moment that you see the big moves happening, whether it's in a stock market, whether it is in the commodity market, whether it is in the Forex market, you need to know the reason so that you can adjust your position and your position side, whether you are long or short, depending on that particular situation. So the best way to do that is obviously to stay in, to get that sort of information on Twitter, because the moment it happens, it comes straight to your platform on your mobile phone, but via notification. So I am, as I discussed, I am very, very active on my Twitter, unless I'm traveling. And similarly, EverTrade's Twitter account is again very, very engaging and very active as well. So I will highly recommend you guys, if you are not subscribed already, so please do make an account on Twitter and then do follow these accounts, and then try to engage, because if you will ask me questions on this handle, Naeem Aslam23, I will reply back to you. It may take time because obviously I have a large number of requests, but I will come back to you. So similarly, on a daily basis on our YouTube channel, which is Naeem, I actually also have a YouTube channel as well. So let's just update that over here, and Naeem Aslam. So there we go. Let me just quickly make that. I don't know how come that was missing. So once again, we have on a YouTube channel, AvaTrade, and on my personal channel, Naeem Aslam, I put daily videos. And these videos are live sessions, meaning, every single day you have the opportunity while we are doing this live video to ask us questions. And do not worry, I'm going to go through all of this in a bit with you guys anyways, to show you how to find them. Now, in terms of content, what sort of a content are we putting there? It is your daily fundamental video. So basically in a very short short summary and a very digestible, something that you can digest. I produce all the fundamental news over there, so which can be quite useful for you guys. And in terms of technical analysis, what we really do over there is, for investors who do have a know-how of trading, so we produce those technical analysis video. So let me walk you through that and then show you how you can really find those accounts. Now, starting from here on YouTube, so when you go to YouTube, you type EverTrade, the EverTrade account will come right over here. So you go over here, and then once you are here, so you will have the option to subscribe and to follow on here. So over here we have all the videos in relation to that. Now, secondly, if you wanted to find my channel, you just put it in an email somewhere on Google and then hit subscribe, and then again you will have all the information, and whenever I will go live, you will have all of that straight to your platform as well. And then of course, if you wanted to see any recent interviews, they are over here as well. Now, in terms of Twitter, EverTrade's Twitter, all what you gotta do over here is, when you have a Twitter account, just type EverTrade here. And make sure there are so many different accounts over there, but you are following the right one, which has a tick mark on it, so that you know that it is the right account. And again, as you can see, it is very, very engaging content over there. We're giving you all the sort of trades and stuff. Now, similarly over here, when you go on Twitter, my Twitter handle is right over here. It says Naeem Aslam 23, and then you have an EverTrade banner over there, so you'll know that this is me. And then you can see that I'm posting throughout the day various different chart patterns and various different price analysis. So it's quite an important one for you guys. So it could be highly useful as well. Now let's go back to our presentation and then see what exactly is on the agenda in terms of today's analysis, and then where can we really go from there. Now, when we go to the next part, so EverTrade, I'm just going to run a little bit faster from here, but I just want you guys to be aware of this as well. So EverTrade has a unique technology, which is called EverProtect. It's a revolutionary one-click risk management tool available on EverTrade web trader and on the EverTrade Go app. With EverProtect, you can purchase protection against loss for a defined period after opening a position. If the protection ends and you have an open position that is losing, EverTrade will reimburse the loss directly into the trading account. The only cost is the EverProtect fee itself. Activating EverProtect is easy and only requires a few simple steps. So tap to EverTrade open, select an instrument, click on the EverProtect icon, choose a protection duration, see the fee and expiry date, complete the trade, and that is it. Trade is protected. Available on FX, gold, and silver, and of course silver trades. Now, in terms of agenda, folks, what we're going to do is we're going to measure indices. So we're going at it, we'll be measuring sectors, and then we'll be talking about special stocks under COVID-19, and then some of them are as follows. In the streaming sector, we'll be looking at Netflix and Disney Plus. In airline, we'll be looking at Boeing. In pharma, we'll have a look at Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. In online retailer, eBay, Amazon, Alibaba. In energy, Chevron, Exxon Mobil, Shell, Total. In the banking sector, we will be looking at Bank of America, Citi, Barclays, and Goldman Sachs. Now, let me get out of this particular section, and then let me go to actually something where I can show you some of the prices, which are very, very important. Now, what do you have right in front of you, folks? Over here is obviously this is the watch list from Bloomberg Terminal, but what I want to show you guys is the sectors and the stocks that we'll be talking about. Now, in the airline sector, you can see that this is Ryanair over here, and this stock used to be very, very down. Now it is up by 13%, and EasyJet, it was down more than 60 to 70%, but now it is still down by minus 38%, but it has recovered quite a lot of losses. Wizz Air is up by 21%, for the year to date. Again, very, very strong performance. But the opportunities are right over here. American Airline, United Airline, Boeing, Delta Airline, and then in the hotel we can look at Marriott. And within the airline sector, you have Rolls-Royce, which is down by minus 44%. I built my position in Rolls-Royce when it was down massively, and now my own personal position for disclaimer purposes in Rolls-Royce is up over 120%. So the last two ones are Norwegian Cruise, and this one is TUI. So again, this is something that's just for your information only. In terms of utilities, the utility stock is down year to date, is by minus 11%. You would say that Tesco, the utility stocks, Tesco should be up, but it isn't. Which stock is up? It is your Walmart, which is up 25%. Starbucks is also up by plus 15%. Sainsbury on the other side is down by minus 1%. Now, in terms of banks, so we've got to look at over here. So all pretty much, most of the, I would say 99% of the banks are pretty much down. JP Morgan is down still year to date by minus 12%. Goldman Sachs is up by 3%. Bank of America is down by minus 17%, whereas Morgan Stanley is up by plus 25%. And then Barclays 18, Lloyd's London 13, and then the list goes on from here. Now, in terms of energy sector, again, this is where the opportunities are still very strongly because oil prices haven't recovered. The recovery is very much taking place in the airline sector. The tech sector is under correction mode. I will go through the tech sector as well. But within the energy sector, there's still enormous amount of opportunity because look at over here, when we have a companies like Exxon Mobil, it is down by 40%. Then you have Chevron down by 25%. And Royal Dutch Shell is down minus 37%. Obviously, massive rally has already happened with respect to Royal Dutch Shell, but it is still down minus 37%. BP similarly again recovered massive losses. They used to be down by more than 60%. Now they are down by minus 42%. So again, rally has happened. Now, when we come to the tech sector, we talk about tech sector, look at the performance. Apple is up by 69%, meaning too expensive. Google up 35%, very expensive. Amazon up 71%, literally double the stock value in a year. Facebook up 38%. Microsoft up 36%, Netflix up 58%, Tesla, which is a completely different beast, it is up by 676%. Well, Alibaba 25, Baidu, which is a Chinese, again 14%. And so Disney, stocks like Disney, they are up by 6%. But when we look at companies like Zoom, they are again matching the return with what we have seen previously with Tesla, meaning it is up 505%. Now, clearly, by looking at these ones, what we have seen from this is that yes, tech sector has been the winner for this particular year. Energy sector right over here is the loser for this year. Banks are mostly still loser for this particular year, and of course airlines are also loser. Utilities are pretty much okay. Healthcare on the other side, you have companies like Gilead Science, which is still down. You have Johnson & Johnson up, but then you have other companies which are, some of them are up more than 1,056%. It's a crazy gains, but obviously, we don't want it to focus. Like, this is a diagnostic company. They just go up and down with the same percentage. But overall, healthcare sector is down, but the healthcare sector is up. But the most strongest sector, without any doubt, has been tech sector. So now what we have done over here is we have measured the strength of the different sectors by looking at the gains of them. Now, similarly, we're going to do the same sort of stuff with the indices as well, and then we will have a look on individual stocks. Does that make sense so far, what I've discussed? Let me just make sure that you guys are with me on this particular one. Okay, Hasana, for sure, it is very, very good. You should, you should start trading if you have not. So someone is saying that they haven't started to trading stocks yet. So what should they do? Start trading in your demo account. Once you have a good track record, then go into the other one. Okay, so, but there is no time limit, so not much use. No, there is a time limit. You know, with stocks, with equities, you can go into a smaller time frame, and then we will discuss about that all, Jack. So don't worry about it. All right, okay. So let me see if there are some other questions as well. Jack asking if this is for stock analysis. Yes, it is. Please explain why Tesla is up 600%. Johnson is asking me this question. Excellent question. Johnson, because since Tesla made its factory in China, its production numbers have started to go higher. It can actually match the numbers which it used to forecast. Because of higher production number, the company has started to produce positive revenue, meaning it is no longer posting losses. Now, obviously, for the last 4 and 5 quarters, company has posted profit, and that enabled the company to go into and become the part of the S&P 500 index. So this means more liquidity, more money for Tesla. So, given the fact that the production is coming up, more cars are building, they also will have a higher money in terms of their liquidity. So the situation is good. So for investors, it is very much a win-win situation. Do I own Tesla? Yes, I own Tesla. My buy price was in around 300 price level. No, Apple is too expensive, really, and so is Tesla if you don't have it. Okay, so let's go. And because we got less than 10 minutes to, so I really kind of wanted to go through this because obviously we don't have too much time. So in terms of in the measuring indices, what we really do is, folks, we go on to our daily time frame for all the indices, and then we see where the prices are trading with respect to the moving averages. So first of all, this is your 50-day simple moving average, followed by 100, and lastly your 200-day moving average. How far the price is? Has the price formed new higher highs? If yes, how many higher highs have been in place? Now, clearly from looking at it, that the price is trading well away from 50-day simple moving average. 50-day simple moving average is above the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So it shows that yes, bulls are controlling very much the momentum because price is consistently putting higher highs. Okay, so let's have a look at the Dow Jones and compare, because S&P 500 is the representation of the overall stock market. So that shows us that, okay, that the rally is very much led by the overall stock market. So with the Dow Jones 30, it is only about the top 30 stocks about the Dow Jones. So again, the pattern is very similar. The prices are trading above the 3 important moving averages, and the order of the moving averages is good as well, where 50 should be above the 100, 100 should be above the 200. So okay, so this again confirms the overall sentiment that yes, the rally is very much being led by the stock market, overall stock market. Now, with respect to NASDAQ, when we look at the NASDAQ, what we see is that yes, this particular one has also started to put new higher highs. There was this massive pullback, which was pretty beautiful when it happened. And then the moment that the price moved back above its 50-day simple moving average, the game was over, because that breakout was the last chance to get back into the trade. But overall, now you can say that yes, the momentum is back in the tech stock. Now, what we're going to do really is now we're going to go into the stock analysis, and then we're going to see where are the options for us to trade. So first of all, let's have a look at Amazon. So on the weekly time frame, what we see on the weekly time frame is the company is very much consolidating. So where could be the opportunity? The opportunity could only be if the price breaks out of these particular lines. I'm gonna go a little bit fast now because the rest of them are going to be very same as well. So what we're going to see right over here is, so this is the flag pattern which has formed right over here, okay? And now if the price breaks below this one, then what do you want to do? Excuse me, and wait for the price to come into this zone. This could be your buy area, but if the price doesn't come into that area, then wait for the price come into the second area. So support number one, support area number two. If the price breaks above this one, then that is your breakout trade to the upside. Then keep targeting the all-time high. So this would be your resistance area number one. You will take some profit off at this table at this point, but you wouldn't take the full profit off. Okay, so let's have a look at the next one after Amazon. What is next on the table? What is next on the table with respect to that is Johnson and Johnson. So again, the very much consolidation is happening with respect to it. Not much is happening. However, the price is coming into a resistance area, which is right over here. And this is the area where you could be looking at to short. But after that, if that doesn't work, then the next area to short could be just right over here, because obviously Johnson and Johnson hasn't really announced its vaccine yet, so there's a still bit of a, I mean, like it has announced, but the vaccine hasn't got approval, so there's still a little bit of a room left, so the stock can really continue to move higher. So either you can go into a buy on the breakout of this one, or either you can short it, wait for the price to get into resistance level number two, and then the retracement can really help. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Boeing, a very, very interesting stock over here. So with respect to Boeing on the weekly time frame, this was the opportunity. The big opportunity happened about 3 weeks ago when the price broke above the 50-day simple moving average. What you want to do with respect to that now is wait for the price, if you are not already in, is wait for the price to come to us its next moving averages, which is about 278 to 287. And if the prices are likely to retrace from there, but if it doesn't, then wait for the price to come back into this area of support, or wait for the price to come into the next area of support, which is just right over here. So equally, both of them can stay. But if the price breaks below the 50-week moving average, because obviously we are looking at the weekly time frames over here, then everything can change massively from there. Okay, then what is next? After Boeing, we have Goldman Sachs. When we look at Goldman Sachs weekly chart, what we see from Goldman Sachs weekly chart is that the prices are obviously in a massive bull strength. The prices are moving higher, which is good because Goldman Sachs is very much positive on the year anyway. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to look at the price levels where we can really buy and sell. So this is the area where you wanted to sell the price area, which is 246 to 250. The prices are still not getting there. The momentum is still there, but in terms of a buy levels, now we can really move the buy levels to the next one. But one thing that I wanted to make sure that you guys understand is that this particular session over here is not really great, because 200-day simple moving average is trading way away from its 50 and 100-week moving averages. What we wanted to see is 50 staying on top of everything, and then 100, and then the 200. So the two things can really happen. Number one, what we need to see is that 50-week moving average needs to move back above the 100-week moving average. That would be very bullish. But if the other thing is, if it doesn't happen, then price can really retrace from the areas where it is right now, meaning 238 to all the way to 250 or something. So retracement can really happen. So it's a little bit of a dangerous stock to own right now, but because of the looking at the fundamentals of that. With respect to Google's Alphabet, there's no stoppage of this one. Would you rather go in now, or would you just wait? For me, I'm just waiting for a better price to come, because it is way too expensive for me to even talk about it. So the opportunity isn't really there with respect to that. The next stock is Netflix, and when we talk about Netflix, yes, the opportunity was here, and which we mentioned in our previous analysis. The price did come into this area of support, and then it bounced back up. Now the prices are going back to these areas. So overall, I think on a weekly time frame, what we're really looking at is more of a consolidation area than anything else. So that is the consolidation. But anyways, this is your sell, this is your buy. prices are trading. The bull strength is pretty good because 50 is above the 100, 100 is above the 200-week moving average, so nothing to worry about over there. The strength is good. With Bank of America, again, things are not that great because 50 is the lowest one at here, so that means either the bull momentum is going to come back very, very strongly, meaning the prices will continue to move all the way to $35, or if the prices will reverse their move, and then if they will reverse their move, then we are really looking at 22, or perhaps at least this price level, which is about, let's say, 25 to all the way to 26. So this is the price level. So either it's going to be very, very strong, and when if it becomes strong, it's going to go well up and beyond that, or either it will tank. So that is the story with Bank of America. With Tesla, prices are moving higher. Remember, this is just because of the split. Nothing really happened because the price, when the stock split happened, that's what it is. But the prices are okay for the time being. The stock is too expensive. Remember, it was up over 600% for the year. So, folks, this pretty much covers our stocks. Let me just see if I can do one more quickly in the meantime. We talked about Johnson Weekly, Goldman Sachs, Google. Walmart is something that I can certainly look at it once again, but I have to change everything with respect to Walmart because I don't like this background. The black backgrounds is something that I really don't like, so I'm going to change the background to white. And this is actually a good thing because now you will know how to change these things. Over here, the foreground, I wanted to change it to black. And what I wanted to do, bar up, I wanted to leave him green. Bar down, I wanted to keep him in red. Bull candle, I should be green. Bear candle should be red. And then let's press OK. And then let's make sure that the moving averages over here are the ones that we usually use. So indicators, insert indicators, then we go to trend, then we go to moving averages. Or actually we can look from here. So indicator list. So we look at over here, click on edit. So this is 50, it's pink, that is good because that's what we always have. 100 is gray, that is wrong because we wanted to have this one to be orange. And then green should be your 200, just making sure that it is 200 and the average is simple. Okay, that's great. So with respect to Walmart, what we're really seeing is that yes, the price is about to break above. Okay, that's a 1 hour time frame, so that is not the best one. So Walmart is coming a little bit down, but in terms of its it's actually not too expensive because remember it was only 25%. So what we want to do is with respect to Walmart is draw our trend lines, draw our buy and sell zone. So for me, for Walmart, I will be looking at potentially this particular price level to buy, and in terms of sell, this is the minimum that you will look at. I think the prices are really going to break above that. I think the stock is going way higher than this. I think the stock is going to continue to go towards $200 really. All right, folks. So that pretty much sums up our analysis of stock, what we talk about. Let me just have a quick look at questions. Was too late to the webinar. Am I following your YouTube videos? Thanks very much. Okay, Declan, thank you. Good to see you, brother, over here. I'm just missed the Boeing part. Alcohol, if you missed it, you can always go back. Oil, this is not the topic for oil. We'll do a different video. Okay, and then and the EverTrade. All right, so that's pretty much it, folks. And if you have any questions, like Declan, he is watching the YouTube videos. He's also following on YouTube, and you can ask him that I do answer his questions as quickly as possible. So that's why you guys should be doing that as well. Really, it's very helpful, and then it's a free information as always. All right, thank you so much, and have a lovely week, and stay safe. Bye bye.